Good afternoon, Pippins fans, and welcome into Pippins pregame. I'm Harmon Johnson, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins, coming at you from a little bit different angle than we normally have for the opening stand-up of the pregame show, and for a very good reason. Over my left shoulder, you might be able to see some of the smoke and dust that is blowing through the ballpark today. The hope is that the wind, which is currently blowing anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour, will die down by the time of first pitch. Otherwise, we're going to have a very interesting night as we get ready for Game 2 between the Yakima Valley Pippins and the Corvallis Knights. Some fires are burning south of town, so hopefully the weather's going to cooperate with us so that we can get this Saturday contest underway. If you're watching this pregame, that probably means that we're still on for a 6:35 p.m. first pitch. Last night was a fun night as the Pippins defeated the Corvallis Knights 12-7. Let's take a look at the highlights with last night's recap. As long as they can win and the Pippins can keep pace. This is a bouncing ball, bobbled out there at short. Severn's not going to have a play. The Pippins lead it 1-0. Davis chops this off the plate. Porter, the flip to the covering Novacek. The ball gets away. Daichi scores. It goes all the way to the track. Parker scores. 3-0 Yakima Valley. Golfs this into left field, and the Pippins got the run back. Furuhata on base twice today. 4-1 Yakima Valley. First pitch swinging. Daichi makes a running grab. Kellen Siegel out on the first pitch. Good to see Furuhata back in the field. High and deep out towards left. Marasco going back, still back. This bounces on the track. Hyson will score. Daichi replaces him at second. Taco time in Yakima. 5-2 Pippins. Pippins still threaten here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Diego Davis greets the new pitcher rudely and plates one for now. Here comes Godoy. He will score. 2 RBI single for Diego Davis against the new arm Jack Galanita, and the Pippins lead it 8-2. Back up the box and down into center field for a knock. Brook Knight gives the wave. Here's the throw from Lamb. Malachi relays too late. A run-scoring single for Diego Cruz. Back-to-back hits here in the 5th inning for Corvallis. The 0-2 from Carano. Wave and a miss. The bases left loaded for Corvallis, and the Pippins escape the top of the 7th with the lead. Pitch to hit, out towards the gap. This will plug it. Parker Burt comes up clutch again as Stone will score. Here comes Daichi. They're going to send him. The throw is up the line, and it works out for the Knights. Chun has the ball. But the Pippins plate a run before that to make it 10-6, and it's a 4-run contest. Malachi deep to right. If it's fair, it's insurance. It is gone. The Pippins have a dozen runs tonight. Emery Henderson goes yard for the 4th time. .402 feet, 105 miles an hour off the bat. Strike 3, ball game over. Francisco Lopez with a punch out to end it. And Yakima Valley takes down the Corvallis Knights by a final score of 12-7. We've got more Pippins pregame coming up next. Stick with us. Down on the field during batting practice with Pippins head coach Kyle Crestangel. Coach, you've talked with me time and time again about all 3 facets of the game. How satisfied were you with last night's win?
Yeah, I was satisfied. I think that it was a good quality ball game. Obviously, the offense to put up a 12 spot. I thought defense did a pretty good job throughout the night making some plays. I thought pitching, I thought AD, one of his first outings where he didn't have his best stuff. And part of a life of being a starting pitcher is you always go out there and don't always have your best. But, he was able to exit with a lead. He was able to get through 4, which is still an important start for him. We were able to get the ball with a lead to Nate, which that was the game plan going in, and then had Cisco on several days off go and kind of slam the door. So, for us to get game one with the win and to be at home and have 2 opportunities to play for a series, we like how the setup yesterday rolled us into today and rolls us in, for this playoff push that we're trying to make.
Your Battle of the Basin rival Walla Walla had your number this season, but now they get the chance to help you guys. They won last night. You're a game out of a playoff spot. What does that mean going into the final 10 games?
Yeah, I think if you're truly following it day by day, obviously like me and you are, and a lot of the Pippins players, we're Sweets fans the rest of the way. I think if we can take care of our business, we get a shot to play Corvo for, another 5 games. We got 3 more against Portland, so we're playing the teams that we want to play to go get wins and put us in a position, but at the same time, they got to go play a couple of these teams as well. So with Walla Walla and where they're sitting, if they can go and kind of just win out, they're definitely helping the Pippins. So again, we're Sweets fans, but we're also more importantly, trying to take care of business ourselves. It doesn't really matter what other teams do if we can't take care of the teams that we need to take care of, but no better way than for us to play the teams that are 2 spots ahead. if we can take care of business today and tomorrow and get 1 game of help from Walla Walla, we can find ourselves, jumping from 5th place to 3rd place and be, have a little cushion maybe. So in the day of this part of the year, though, it's game by game, day by day. We're here to win today's baseball game with the personnel that we have ready and the pitching we have ready, and we'll check the scoreboard around the league as soon as our last pitch was thrown tonight.
Jake coming on the hill tonight, a couple of rockier starts for him. What are you looking out of him tonight?
Yeah, I'm looking for him to bounce back. He's obviously not his favorite last 2 outings, but he's also had several really, really quality starts. So I'm going to look for him to go out here and, compete with the fastball, live off the fastball, but he's got good put-away stuff, as we know, and if he can control, guys on base, especially via the free pass, and he goes and lights up the Jersey Mike's K's down there in the right field party deck, I think we're going to be all right. We got to manufacture runs. It might be a day with kind of the day-by-day personnel of some injuries that we have where we might get to play some small ball and get an opportunity to manufacture in different ways, which is kind of my style of baseball anyways. So I'm excited. I think the guys are excited and, get this wind to die down and be a beautiful day here at the Orchard.
I'd say you had a pretty good pip to click yesterday with Daichi. Who are you going with today?
I am going to go today with Yash Gupta in the 3-hole tonight. Quality at bats yesterday. He had obviously showed a plus arm across the diamond. 11 pitch at bat. He's got juice. So look for him to maybe put a couple balls in the gaps and set up Parker and Malachi behind him with some damage, even with some guys he can do before him. So I'm going to go with Gupta. Hopefully the 2 guys ahead of him in Stone and Tyson. If Tyson get on base 5 times again, Yash will be batting with guys on base and look for him to drive the ball.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Roll Pips.
We've got starting lineups coming up next. This is Pippins pregame. And now it's time for the starting lineup for your Yakima Valley Pippins, as announced by Pippins head coach Kyle Crustangel. Leading off and playing left field, number 3, Tyson Miller. Batting second, the shortstop, number 9, Brandon Stone. Batting third, the third baseman, number 6, Yash Gupta. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 25, Parker Burke. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 40, Malachi Emery Henderson. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 20, Diego Davis. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 8, Tommy Lamb. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 2, Brennan Aoki. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 1, Lewi Correa. Again for Yakima Valley, Miller, Stone, Gupta, Burt, Emery Henderson, Davis, Lamb, Aoki, Correa. The starting pitcher tonight is Jake Cumming. We'll get you his numbers when we get back. That's your Pippins starting lineup. First pitch is next. This is Pippins pregame.
Two and two. Ellis needs to dial one in. Tension building here at Yakima County Stadium. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. 2-1 victory. Pippins over Sweets.
First pitch, a high drive out towards right. Back goes Chavez. He's looking up. Bye-bye baseball. Grand slam. Dylan Anderson. Bring him home and touch them all. He's been here all summer, and it finally pays off.
That was all we needed. 2-1, the final score, and we get ready for fireworks as a happy bunch.
It is a beautiful sunny Saturday here in Yakima, Washington, as the Pippins play host to the Corvallis Knights on a much better day weather-wise than we've had the last week or so. Welcome into the field, everybody. My name's Harmon Johnson, your voice of the Yakima Valley Pippins, and last night was a fun one. Yakima Valley coming out on top 12-7, the final score. That man right there, Malachi Emery Henderson, had a big home run to provide some insurance for Yakima Valley, hitting a 2-run shot that went 402 feet in the 8th inning, which made it a 6-run game at the time. Yakima Valley, a game out of 4th place in the West Coast League South. They are looking to sneak their way into the playoffs as we have 10 games left in this 54-game season. The Corvallis Knights currently still in 3rd place overall, but they are only one game above 500, 22-21. Coach Brooke Knight is sending out a little bit different of a lineup today to try to get back even in the series and get back 2 games over 500 to secure their spot in the playoffs. Still about a week and a half to go, but a lot yet to be decided. The race is tight in the South Division, and we hope that you follow us along as we finish our final home weekend here at the Orchard. The Pippins have taken the field. The national anthem singers are out on the field, and we will break for our nation's anthem, and then we'll have first pitch coming up in just a moment. Game 2 between the Knights and the Pippins up next. Quite the rendition of our nation's anthem as we get ready for baseball here at Yakima County Stadium. And the man set to face off against the Corvallis Knights here in Game 2 of 3 is Jake Cumming, the hard-throwing right-hander from Fernley, Nevada. Attending Coppin State, there are his numbers. The win-loss record, not quite what Jake would like, but a 5.40 ERA. He looks to lower that today as he has 30 strikeouts and 21 walks to his name in around 27 innings. Yakima Valley entering the game 8-8 in the second half of play, 20-23 overall. Corvallis, meanwhile, 9-7 on the second half and 22-21 over the course of the summer. Brooke Knight's squad has had a little bit of a down year compared to the dominance that the Corvallis Knights have had in the West Coast League for the past 2 decades as a founding member. Brooke Knight and squad going to try to get back into the win column tonight as Yakima Valley tries to get over 500 in the second half, and depending on the result of a particular game down in Portland between the Walla Walla Sweets and the Portland Pickles, Yakima Valley with a win could find themselves tied for 4th place in the WCL South, and that would mean if the season ended, they would be somewhat close to a playoff push. Now, Portland does have the tiebreaker over Yakima Valley because they took 2 of the 3 games in that series. But with one more series left to go between Yakima Valley and Portland, a lot yet to still be decided. Temperatures today, I mentioned the weather is a lot nicer than it's been the last couple of nights. Here at the stadium, 82 degrees and now dipped down to 80. The wind blowing a little bit lighter than it was during that pregame. I recorded that about 3 hours before first pitch. And so the conditions have very much improved. The smoke has cleared out over on the right side, the dust as well. And it's a beautiful evening here for Saturday baseball between the Pippins and the Corvallis Knights. Corvallis going to send up Diego Cruz, Max Medina, and Ethan Porter to start this game as we get set to get underway from County Stadium. Jake Cumming towing the slab. Diego Davis crouches, and we are ready to go. Saturday, the final Saturday here at the Orchard, starts off with ball one at 6:33 p.m. here in the Palm Springs of Washington, Yakima. 82 degrees, according to the National Weather Service, as Cumming finds himself in a 2-0 hole. Clear skies overhead, and for the first time in about 5 games, I'm not talking about smoke during a contest. There's a strike to Diego Cruz, the count 2-1. Cruz leading off again for Corvallis, last night going 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Tapped back our way, but still in the field of play. The count even 2-2. From Oregon State, Cruz is batting .318 for Corvallis. He's got 14 hits, including 3 of them for doubles. 5th pitch of the ball game, and Cumming misses with a slider. So an early payoff pitch between these two foes. Jake Cumming on the hill, Diego Cruz, the left-handed stick, playing left field today after manning second base last night. A high fly ball out towards right. Aoki, first chance out there. Normally an infielder, backing up to the track. He makes the catch. 1 away to start the game. The Pippins defense is as follows. Behind Jake Cumming, you've got Tyson Miller out in left, Tommy Lamb in center, and Brennan Aoki out in right. You've got Yash Gupta over at third, Brandon Stone at short. Levi Correa gets the start at second base today. Malachi Emery Henderson over at first. Diego Davis doing the catching for Jake Cumming. Max Medina takes a first pitch strike from Cal Poly. Did not see Medina yesterday, but with the second right-handed arm for Yakima Valley going, the left-handed stick gets a chance. He will be plunked on the second pitch of his at-bat. That was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball straight to the back, it looked like. He'll make his way down to first base as the training staff will chase after him. We'll try to take another look, maybe. Did our replay cut off too soon? Yeah, it cut off too soon. So we don't have a good look at where this pitch got Max Medina. He's getting checked out by the training staff, says he's all right. That was definitely a fastball that got away from Jake. This brings up the West Coast League All-Star Game MVP, Ethan Porter. Last night, 1 for 3. He had a walk, a hit by pitch, and an RBI single. First pitch strike from Jake. Porter, part of the reason he ended up with the MVP award, his first at-bat, he hit a home run that hit the clock on the left field scoreboard, which if you've never been to Victoria, that's quite a distance. 1 ball and 1 strike. Porter certainly a power hitter. Only with 1 home run for Corvallis. But the slugging number, 491, because of 12 doubles and 1 triple to go along with that home run. Nothing but fastballs to start off here for Jake. His goal today, limit the free passes, try to keep runners off the bases. The last couple of outings for Cumming have been relatively short. Golfed to left. This is down for a hit. 2 base runners early on for Corvallis. That's the first hit of the ball game. It comes off the bat of Ethan Porter. More soft contact against Pippins pitching. Nathaniel Carano got a little bit hounded last night with exit velocities between the 70s and the 80s. That one came off the bat of Porter at only 76 miles an hour. It was a good changeup from Jake. Corvallis trying to get back at Yakima Valley after the Pippins were able to take game one. Fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our umpiring crew today, you've got Derek Dunbar behind the dish, Perry Schofield in the field. Hopefully Derek Dunbar has an extra layer of padding on. Here at the Orchard, he seems to be a magnet for foul balls and other loose pearls. I think he got hit 6, maybe 8 times when he was here last week. Right at the bottom of the zone, 1 and 2. Jake looking for his first strikeout. Comes into the season with 31 of them. Back up the middle. Off the glove of Correa. Stone steps on the bag. The throw high. Malachi will gather, but not before a run comes home. That was almost the definition of a sports-centered double play. Well, Stone saying that there should have been an out at second. Perry Schofield apparently didn't make a signal. The ball bounced off of Correa's glove, and then Stone picked it up with his toe on the bag. Perry Schofield must have given up on the play out at second. There's the out. And now Brooke Knight going to ask for the explanation. His middle runner, Ethan Porter, is standing out there just in case. Max Medina scores. There's no doubt about that. It's 1-0 Corvallis. Here's another look. Off of Correa. There it is off the glove. Stone picks it up, steps on the bag. I don't think Perry Schofield made a call in the moment. Now Brooke Knight going to go have a conversation with Derek Dunbar to try to figure out why that out call was made out there at second base. That was good heads-up fielding by Brandon Stone. Make sure that they at least got one out. Probably not the way you want to set the tone if you're the umpiring crew, but I was just more confused to why Perry Schofield never made a call, safe or out, on that initial play out there at the second base bag. Brooke Knight knows that there's no replay. We can't go to review. It's just a matter of the umpires getting together and having a conference. Maybe we'll slow this down and take one more look at it. So here it is, a little bit slowed down. There's the toe, there's the ball. That's an out, and that will indeed stand. So a run is home. Maverick Russell reaches on what is technically a fielder's choice, and the out at second goes down 4-6. So there's two away, a man at first, and a run home. Brooke Knight still having some conversation with Perry Schofield. Corvallis up by 1. But the cost is an out at second base. Good fielding by Brandon Stone. This is Dakota Chun, today's third baseman. Chun doing the catching yesterday. He was a busy man. Corvallis pitching did not give him an easy time. A couple of wild pitches scored some runs for Yakima Valley. 2-0 from Jake here. Got a gift out there at second base. Chun in yesterday's game offensively 1 for 5 with an RBI single. Jake just misses again. The count very hitter friendly. A little bit thinner crowd tonight. Don't know if the early weather or anything else going on has kept them away. It's a 4-pitch walk to Dakota Chun. Corvallis has him first and second with 2 outs. Ryan Severns, the shortstop, last night batting in the 5-hole, went 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored. Severns drew a walk in the second inning of last night's game, stole 2 bags and then scored. Had an RBI double in the 7th and a single in the 9th. He was the only run that scored in the 9th inning. Jake misses with a changeup. Cumming has about 3 tiers of velocity. The fastball 90 to 91, the changeup 84 to 86, and then the breaking ball 78 to 80. Misses with the fastball that time. 2 balls and no strikes. Word on the street is Bryce Hill, the Corvallis pitcher tonight, has 100 miles an hour in the tank. And so the Pippins going to be facing a flamethrower when they come up to bat in the bottom of the first. Ethan Salscheider going out to chat with his starting pitcher to make sure that it's just a 1-run deficit when the Pippins sticks come up. Salsa knows a thing or two about this mound. 5th season overall with Yakima Valley, 4 as a player, and now in his first as a coach. He departs, and we get ready to play here with a 2-0 count to Ryan Severns. Freshman from UC Santa Barbara. There's a strike from Jake. Got it up to 92 that time as well. Coming already over the 20 pitch mark. This is the first inning. Three and 1. Walk loads the bases ahead of Tate Hammond. Corvallis already with a run here. 2 outs on the board, 2 men on. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Jake Cumming. So Tate Hammond will have a prime opportunity for Corvallis. The right fielder went 0 for 3 yesterday, but he did have a sacrifice fly. Hammond, an incoming freshman to UCLA, only batting .139 for Corvallis. Where Hammond has a prime opportunity to break the game open for the Knights, Jake Cumming, if he knows the scouting report, knows that this is not one of the Corvallis Knights' top hitters. Quickly 0-2. We'll see if Jake triples up on the fastball. He went 91 to 92 miles an hour from pitch number 1 to pitch number 2. Bags full of Knights. Cumming trying to strand 3. Went with a changeup. Davis lucky that didn't bounce any farther away than it did. Davis, a very good defensive catcher. 1-2 into the stands. Count remains the same as Tate Hammond putting up a little bit of a fight here against Jake Cumming. By my count, this is pitch number 30. Just missed. Jake got it up to 93 miles an hour that time. He's so close to the zone. Both Tariq Dunbar and Perry Schofield have relatively tight strike zones. That one dips in, and the count now full. We've seen this umpiring crew quite a bit this summer. After about the second time you see them, you can kind of figure out their strike zone. No place to put Tate Hammond. A Corvallis Knight at every base. There they go. The pitch is put in play and down for a hit. With the 2 out running, 2 runs are going to score. Trying to move up to second and successfully doing so is Tate Hammond. It's 3-0 Knights here in the top of the first inning. .89 miles an hour off the bat, the opposite way. You see Jake Cummings' reaction. He made a pretty good pitch. And just like his Walla Walla start a couple of weeks ago, the opposing team just finding ways to get hits off of Jake. Starts off Xavier Rios with a changeup for ball 1. Maverick Russell and Dakota Chun both scored. 2 runners still in scoring position for Rios, the catcher. Second season with Corvallis. Last season with the Knights, playing in 35 games, batting .252. He's batting a little bit closer to the Mendoza line this summer. .209 the average in 27 games. Rios from CSUN, Cal State Northridge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still early on, Yakima Valley has not come up to bat yet. Plenty of time to get back into this game. You got to stop the bleeding somewhere, though. This would be the best time to do it. The 1-2 pitch, Rios, hit. They say not off of the knob of the bat. It is a hit by pitch, and the bases are loaded. This was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball with some run inside. Rios, I think, going to get checked on here by the training staff. Brooke Knight making his way across the field. Yeah, you see him immediately hold up that back hand, the right hand, which is his throwing hand. Here comes the trainers to take a look at the soft part of the right hand of Xavier Rios. Some action has begun in Yakima Valley's bullpen. Cameron Sheriffs has grabbed a baseball and is doing some soft toss with Kaipo Matsushima. Brooke Knight departing. Less than ideal start for Yakima Valley here in game number 2 of the series. Rios will stay in the game. Now the number 9 hitter, Berkeley Rientz. 2 seasons at George Fox University. Was with Walla Walla briefly last year. Only made 2 appearances with the Sweets. He's played in now 21 games seeing that pitch with Corvallis this summer. 2-0 pretty quickly. Pippins have already used a mound visit in this inning. All the runs scoring, minus the Max Medina one with 2 outs. And it's very quickly 3-0 to the number 9 hitter, Rientz. Nowhere to put the man from George Fox. There's a strike.
Last time out for Rientz was the 23rd against Bend. He went 2 for 6 with 3 runs scored. Wave and a miss, and now Jake back to a payoff pitch situation. The last time this happened, it was a 2 RBI double by Tate Hammond. He stands at second. Bases loaded full of Knights. There they go. It is ball 4, and a 4th run has scored for the Knights as they bat around here in the first inning. RBI base on balls taken by Berkeley Rientz. Ryan Severn scores, and now Diego Davis going to go out and chat with Jake Cumming. This will be the second defensive visit used by Yakima Valley here in the first inning, as their starting pitcher is up and around 40 pitches in this opening frame, 42 of them to be exact. 3 walks, no strikeouts. He's gotten 2 outs, a fly out to start the game, and then he hit Max Medina. Ethan Porter hit a single, but then was out number 2 on a fielder's choice that scored Medina. Maverick Russell, Dakota Chun, Ryan Severns have all scored. Tate Hammond's at third. Xavier Rios is at second, and Berkeley Rientz is at first. And the 10th man, Diego Cruz, the leadoff hitter, back to the plate. Bryce Hill, the starter for Corvallis, has been sitting for so long. He's headed out towards the bullpen to try to get 1 or 2 throws in before he has to face Yakima Valley. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cruz was the first out of the ball game. Maybe he'll be the 3rd out here in the first inning as well. One popped up on the infield. Correa into the grass, waiting for it to come down. He'll make the catch, and the first inning has come to its conclusion. Corvallis scores 4 times on only 2 hits, and Yakima Valley's bats have some work to do when they come up for the first time here at the Orchard.
Carlos and Oliver. They're all lined up right here. First base foul line. They're going to go all the way around the grass, around the infield. Scotty over there. You guys ready? All righty. On your mark. Get set. Go. They're off. Shane gets a good lead. Carlos. Come on, Charlie Brown. Follow it up, Charlie Brown. They're going. And Zane looks like our winner tonight. Give it up for all of our races over there, folks. Now we just need to find a way where we can start putting a sport bet on these guys. That's a good idea, Drew. I'll call my bookie.
Bottom of the first inning here at County Stadium. Yakima Valley's bats coming up for the first time. They'll be doing so against Bryce Hill for the Corvallis Knights. Mr. Hill, after a little bit of a longer wait after his warm-up pitches, heading to Stanford this fall for his first season in collegiate baseball. 1-1 record on the season with the Knights. This will be start number 6. 27 strikeouts, only 12 walks, a .386 ERA. And the scouting report tells me that he's got some velocity in the tank. I haven't been paying too much attention to the warm-up pitches, but some birdies from around the West Coast League have told me that they've seen 99 to 100 out of the right arm of Bryce Hill. He's very tall in stature out there on the hill. And so Yakima Valley's top 3rd in the order, Tyson Miller, Brandon Stone, and Yash Gupta, have some work to do after Jake Cumming throws 45 pitches in the first inning,
giving up 4 runs on 2 hits. The bases were left loaded, but it is an uphill climb tonight for Yakima Valley. They took the lead right away in last night's game, scoring 3 in the first inning. A 3 spot here would be great. Gets you immediately back into the contest. Tyson Miller playing left field today. He was in right yesterday. .94 right at the bottom of the zone from Bryce Hill. How about 95? Definitely some of the highest velocity Yakima Valley has faced all summer. My guess is it's going to be a steady diet of fastballs until somebody can figure out how to hit it. 97 right past Tyson. 3 pitches, 1 strikeout for Bryce Hill.
Next up, your shortstop, number 9, Brandon Stone.
Here comes Brandon Stone. Stone heading to Washington State. So D1 on D1 here. Hitting .241 for Yakima Valley. First pitch strike from Bryce Hill. Hill listed at 6'5", 230 pounds. 95 fouled away. It's 0-2. Stone playing in his 10th game with Yakima Valley. Fouled back, and the Pippins avoid the immaculate inning. Stone 7 hits, 1 double. Had 4 hits in the Walla Walla series during the midweek. Went 0 for 4 last night. Breaking ball froze Brandon Stone. 2 down here in the top, or the bottom rather, of the first inning.
Here's your third baseman, number 6, Yash Gupta.
That brings up Yash Gupta. 2 seasons at Whitworth College. Played in his first game for Yakima Valley last night. First pitch 95 for a strike. Coach Crustangel expressing his thought that that pitch was downstairs. On the ground, Rintz on to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning pitched by Bryce Hill. The Pippins down in order. We go to the second. Corvallis leads by 4.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Top of the second inning here at Yakima County Stadium. A much nicer night tonight than it's been the last couple of days. Weather conditions at around 80 degrees. The wind is keeping us cool, and the skies are clear overhead. With all the fire activity that's happening in this part of the country and in Washington and Oregon together, I'm so thankful that we have clear skies for Saturday night baseball. Jake coming back to work after throwing 45 pitches in the first inning. That one just off the mark. Max Medina was hit by a pitch when he came up in that first frame. Corvallis sent 10 men to the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike now after Cumming finds 91 at the bottom of the zone. Looks like these two pitchers can live down there. Medina pops it up a mile high on the infield. Stone commanding for it. He gives it to Correa. The second baseman takes charge and records the first out of the second. That's back-to-back outs to Levi Correa. And now here's Ethan Porter, who singled to get the first hit of the game. He would later be out at second base on a fielder's choice. Out of play on the right side towards the baby animals. It's State Fair weekend, although the State Fair here in Central Washington isn't until October. But we're celebrating State Fair. We've got State Fair-themed concessions and 4-H animals. Good breaking ball by Jake. It's 0-2. We even had a special guest throw out the first pitch today. Freeze him, strike 3. Jake Cumming gets his first strikeout of the night. There's 2 away here in the second. The West Coast League All-Star Game MVP down looking. There's Maverick Russell, who reached on that fielder's choice that got Ethan Porter out. Yeah, Vern the Cow was out on the field pregame for our first pitch. Here's a look. Vern did not want to go out and throw that pitch, by the way. Fought his way on and then fought off, too. Actually, at one point, kneeled the 2 front legs down and said, "I don't want to leave." Back up the box. Correa stabs, throws, out number 3. Levi Correa looking good defensively to start. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 Corvallis.
We got Alex, Nate, Kelly, and Angie Arvin. They're going to be lining up right here with me. Right here, guys. I'm going to count them off for 7 spins, and then we'll race it down to Scott T. You're just racing 2. 7 spins. I'll count you off after I say go. You guys drop your bats. First one to Scott T to make contact with him, too. That's very clear. This is our winner. You guys ready? All righty. On your mark. Get set. Start spinning. 1, 2, 3. Faster. Come on. 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7. Go. Oh, they're going every which way. Who is it? Oh, I believe it is Kelly, who is our winner tonight. Folks, give it up for our racers.
Leading off for your Pippins, the designated hitter, West Coast League All-Star, number 25, Parker.
Bottom of the second inning here at Yakima County Stadium. 9 pitches is all it took for Bryce Hill to get out of the first inning. Parker Burt will lead it off here, 4, 5, and 6 for the Pippins. Burt was on the same team as The man DHing tonight for Corvallis up in Victoria, both South Division All-Stars. That was 96 inside near the belt of Parker Bird. Slowly to second. Rince on the run. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the second. This should be a fun matchup. Malachi Emery Henderson hit a 2-run home run last night. And with the kind of velocity that Hill is providing, if Malachi can barrel one up, who knows how far it would fly. Last night's home run for Emery Henderson traveled 402 feet into the night sky. Just a touch late. That was 97 from Hill. He keeps climbing up the ladder, settling into this game. 99 miles an hour from Bryce Hill. I think he knows what Malachi wants to do with that fastball. Time for Malachi to make the adjustment. He did, but he sent it out to center field. Medina started back, now coming in to make the grab. Malachi gets wood on it, but it's out number 2. That was another 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Here's your catcher, Diego Davis.
Just a touch too far underneath the ball for Malachi. That's usually the byproduct of high velocity as you dip your shoulder. As Diego Davis gets started off with a breaking ball. Davis last night doing the catching. He was 1 for 4, but he was responsible for 4 of the runs that scored. He reached on an error in the first inning, and although he doesn't get the RBIs, the 2 runs that scored on that error were because he put the ball in play. Then he had a 2 RBI single later on. Another breaking ball here to Diego Davis. Tommy Lamb waits on deck. Davis out of play. And now back in play. The ball bounces to the feet of Perry Schofield.
Shout out to our VIP group over there at the Dulcich Company. Thanks for being here tonight.
We do have a picnic deck tonight. Looks like a couple people out in the party porch as well. Foul ball into the gut of Derek Dunbar. Derek Dunbar has such terrible luck here at Yakima County Stadium. He continues to find foul balls off of his protective gear. And at least he's wearing the protective gear, otherwise the man might be hospitalized by now. I think he's about tired of coming to County Stadium. Let's take a look. Oh, right off the mask. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball fouled back by Diego Davis. He's rubbing his temple area, right where the cushion of the mask presses up against his forehead. You've also got the bill of the cap right there. There must be a mark on that mask. I think I just read his lips and he said something that I cannot repeat. Looks to be all right, joking it up with the training staff. So we'll resume play with a 2-ball, 2-strike count and 2 outs. Poor Derek Dunbar is going to need a steak dinner tonight for standing in and taking a battering from these bats between Yakima Valley and Corvallis. Slowly to short. Severns boots it. The Pippins will have their first base runner. That is the 4th error of the series for Corvallis, and all 4 errors coming in the early parts of games. 3 of them in the first 2 innings yesterday. That's the 2nd error on Severns. Just a little bit too casual, trying to lay the ball. That's one that I think Brooke Knight would like to see him square up, knowing that it's the catcher running. Now Derek Dunbar is going to take a little bit of a walk. I wonder if he's feeling the after effects of that ball to the head. He might need to be checked for some mild concussion symptoms. Corvallis did offer a drink of water to the home plate umpire, and you kind of see him stumbling a little bit. That's the last thing we want to do is lose an umpire. Brooke Knight, Kyle Crustangel, both over there, as well as the training staff from Multicare Orthopedics Northwest. So much respect for the guys and gals that come out to the West Coast League over the summer and offer their services as umpires. It's a pretty thankless job because not only do you usually hear something from each dugout every night, but you also run the risk of these type of injuries, foul balls to the gear, and other places. One of our trainers has disappeared into the dugout. Looks to be getting maybe some more water or some ice. The rest of the West Coast League in games 2 of their series tonight. The biggest one that we're watching here in Yakima is the series between the Portland Pickles and the Walla Walla Sweets. That game is just about to start. There's no score. Other South action, you've got Ridgefield hosting Bend and Springfield hosting the Marion Berries. Neither of those games quite out of hand, but Springfield does lead at 3-0 in the top of the 3rd down there at Hamlin Sports Complex. Bend and Ridgefield are scoreless down at the Rourke. Walla Walla helping out Yakima Valley last night, taking down the Portland Pickles 5-3 as Derek Dunbar going to put the mask back on and stand in here with Tommy Lamb ready to hit. Bryce Hill took a couple of warm-up pitches just to stay loose. The defense gets back to their spots. Out of the stretch for the first time for Bryce Hill. Tommy back towards the mound. Severns on the run. He makes this play, recovering from the error that allowed Diego Davis aboard. We go to the 3rd inning. Yakima Valley got their first base runner but does not score. It's 4-0 Corvallis.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
The West Coast League, definitely has its place in baseball and produces some serious talent. I was a preferred walk-on at UC Santa Barbara. I ended up making the team and actually cracking the starting rotation my freshman year. As most freshman pitchers do, I had a little bit of a short leash, and so after that year, I was able to transition into the West Coast League and get a few more innings in there as well. It was a great place for me to get my feet wet after my first collegiate season, to go out there, compete against other college prospects and college arms and some real good bats as well. I met some great guys and made some great friends and really enjoyed the competition. It's definitely a special thing to be able to still be a college kid but focus completely on baseball. Even if it's just a few weeks or months, the experience goes a long way. I only threw 37 innings, not like MVP Eli Morgan with his 80-plus innings. Did he get any MVP votes? Well, he should have.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Slowed him down early and put him away with the fastball.
I went to Yakima in 2014, graduated high school, and 3 days later I was in the middle of Washington. Not really sure what I was getting into. It was a very late decision. I got a walk-on spot at Gonzaga really late that year and was told right around graduation time that they wanted me to go up there and play in this college league, and I didn't know it at the time, but having gone through it, it was a complete minor league baseball feel. It was just all first experiences for me, first time busting through the night, getting in at like 6 a.m. There was nothing but entourage on the bus. Entourage! So that was the only thing our coach would play for us, and it's a lot of foggy memories, try to sleep through the night, get woken up to that theme song just blaring at 4 a.m. and it's a very disorienting feeling, but I do like entourage still. Playing in Yakima was really cool. That stadium felt big league. I mean, the giant wall, all the sponsors on the board, it just felt very proper, and the fans were into it, and we did well that year, so it all molded to a very fun season.
Just trying to stay even keel, just trust my stuff, and not much more than that.
7-0, he's tied for the league lead in wins. He also has the league record now in wins.
My pitch coach, Bobby Wells, was great. Sort of an old school feel, but was in touch with some new school teachings. You knew that he knew what he was talking about because he's done it. I think experience is the best teacher. And it wasn't until the very end of the season where he told me something that he wanted to stick with me. And he's like, I'm going to tell you this during the year because you're doing your thing. But he wanted me to point my toe at the ground as I was making my leg kick. And that's something I do now. But all of it was just new experiences for me. So I learned a lot about myself and a lot about baseball.
Welcome back to Yakima County Stadium. We're getting ready for the top of the third inning, but we're going to be a little bit of a delay. Derek Dunbar and Perry Schofield have gone back to the umpire's room tonight. It appears Derek Dunbar will not be continuing in this game. Perry Schofield is going to switch into the protective gear to be the home plate umpire, and then they're going to make a phone call to the director of umpires in the West Coast League to make sure it's all right if we go with one umpire tonight. So it might be an interesting situation when we get back to play. Yakima Valley and Corvallis, we started this delay at 7:15 p.m. Jake Cumming threw a couple of pitches, but then was told that it's going to probably be a while before we can get this game resumed. Before we send it to an extended break, we're going to take a look around the West Coast League, as I was getting to during that break where Derek was getting checked out. So all of the series remain the same. The scores are as follows. Kelowna and Edmonton, it's 2-0 Riverhawks, bottom of the fifth inning there. Top of the third in Port Angeles, no score between the Lefties and the Night Owls. Top of the third in Springfield, 3-0 Drifters lead the Berries. Bottom of the second in Victoria, 3-1 Harbor Cats. Bottom of the second here, obviously. Bottom of the second in Ridgefield, no score between the Elks and the Raptors. Bottom one in Wenatchee, 6-0 Apple Sox. And game just underway between the Pickles and the Sweets. No score down there at Walker Stadium. We're going to cue up some karaoke music in the ballpark. We're going to wait this delay out. While we do that, enjoy some of the player docs that we've been featuring all summer, put together by Pippins general manager Jordan Rowland.
College summer ball is a blast. Playing baseball and going all over the Pacific Northwest is beautiful in the summertime. Great league, fun cities to travel to, great weather, fun ballparks. Give me kind of like a taste of what it was like to play professional baseball with the schedule planned, every day, taking long bus rides. Made a lot of good friends on those teams, and a couple big leaguers on my team, Matt Duffy, Matt Boyd. You get to meet guys from all over the country, come together for a couple months in the summertime. All try to get better and push each other, and a lot of good memories looking back on that summer in Corvallis.
Fuel the adrenaline is coming out now.
Got Mitch Hager on the mound.
He was a key piece of our club that season, and he was one of the most talented, if not the most talented position player on the field at that time. And Mitchie, he was going through some early struggles, mostly due to the fact that his lower back was tight and sore all the time. And coming off his freshman season at Cal Poly, he was shy.
Who was your first kiss?
I don't even remember.
We had a pink bat day, a breast cancer awareness day. Next thing you know, Mitch comes up and he hits one out of the park, and he ended up not letting go of that pink bat for a couple of weeks. I mean, I think he went on a tear, maybe 5 or 6 home runs in the next 10 or 12 games, and it was really neat to see kind of that turnaround, and kind of came out of his shell a little bit more.
Yeah, summer ball days, it's hard to get your hands on a good bat, so once you got one, just ride with it. We were blessed to play, OSU and Corvallis, and what a great, little college town that was, and it just prepares you for professional baseball. I think it was such a valuable experience for me to go through in college, and it definitely helped me in the minor leagues.
My experience at West Coast League was fun. It was a big difference going from California over there to Walla Walla, Washington. And the crowds were actually really good for such a small town. They really showed up for us, and everybody was very welcoming. It was an awesome experience.
How much does speed play a factor in your game here?
Oh, it's a huge factor. Ball in the gap, or just even a C&I single. If you get out of the box good, you can even try and stretch to a double sometimes.
Durant hits that hard into the gap. Here goes Durant. He's blazing around second. Into third. It's a 2-run triple.
Jaron Durant, a triple to the gap in right center.
For me, that summer was about embracing new teammates and embracing new challenges, because you're seeing different types of pitchers, and really fast-paced, a lot of bunting, some new positions, new skills. Kind of helps with leadership and getting to know guys, and it was a good development for me in a lot more aspects than I expected. That was some of the best coaching staff that I've had. Back then, I was a second baseman. I thought if I just played really good second base, I'd be able to stay there, but they better use me in the outfield, which is awesome. I'm loving it now.
On the defensive side, you've been making some pretty good plays. You've been playing really all over the field now.
Hit coming on Durant, diving ahead, he's got it. What can he do at this point? Wow, changing the game both offensively and defensively, that's huge.
JD's one of my best friends in the organization. He's just such a hard worker. He's super intense on the field, but he's completely different off of it. He's really laid back, relaxed, loves to have fun, brings such a good rapport and demeanor to the clubhouse. There's so many great things to say about him and the way that he goes about his business.
I was scheduled to go to the West Coast League out of high school, and then the draft happened, so there was a slow process deciding whether to sign or not, and then eventually I didn't. My whole senior year, I was like, oh yeah, summer will be cool. I was nervous for it, but I was also very excited. The group of guys that we had there was special. I was jumping into a new group of kind of older guys. Most of them were a year or two older than me. It was really good for me being a younger player. They kind of showed me the ropes of what college baseball and summer ball was about, and really helped me through that whole process.
First pitch, McLean, deep center!
I think hitting with bats every day was different. Playing every day that consistent was different for me. Coming from high school, the competition was good. It was a good introduction to Pac-12 baseball. You got guys throwing every day who are top of the rotation guys in college, Friday night guys, Saturday night guys, and get to face that as a senior going into a freshman year was really an advantage for me, because it really made me get better and realize I needed to get better quick. But it was a lot of fun. Everyone in Bellingham welcomed me with open arms, and it was a great first summer ball experience. I couldn't ask for anything more. My host family was so awesome. the Airs, I still talk with them weekly, maybe once every 2 weeks, to form that connection, that relationship that I still have with them and other teammates. I'll remember those for the rest of my life. Bellingham fans, thank you guys for always supporting me. I really appreciate it. You guys made it special for me.
It's wild. It's crazy. It's still hard to believe that I have that ring. I'm not sure exactly how it came about, but I had the opportunity to go up and play in Kelowna. I was really fortunate. We had a really good group of guys up there, and it's a beautiful place. I mean, we really appreciate everybody who came out and watched us play and supported us, and made that summer really special for all of us out there. It's just an awesome city you guys live in. It was an absolute blast playing in the West Coast League. It was a very different experience for me. I really hadn't been away from home that long. It was my first college summer league team. Most guys leave and they really are focused on the innings and getting more work in, developing a pitch. For me, it was just kind of having an opportunity to face some different hitters, and it was definitely more of a step into a professional style of play. You're playing a lot more. It's just not weekend sets. I got to put a lot of innings in my mind. I was out of the bullpen a little bit, so that was new to me. It was just a really good opportunity for me to refine all my stuff going into my sophomore year. Out of high school, I thought I was going to be a position player. Stu had told me, 10 years later, I would be, pitching, and being at this stage, I would have been a little surprised. I was very fortunate to get drafted. Ended up here in Houston. It's been an awesome ride here the last 3 years. It's still hard to believe that I have that ring. It's wild. I mean, it's crazy. The things that happened during those games last year are just unforgettable.
The thing about Phil is that, he's the same every day. I mean, you can't tell if he's going good or if he's going bad. That's what makes him a quality reliever. And the fact that, his highs aren't that high and his lows aren't that low. Enjoy Phil. I think I bought him some corn one day, and I wanted to know his opinion because from where he's from, he's a corn expert.
Summer ball just, it has that romantic kind of energy. The sun's out, you get to really enjoy your summer. You're still playing baseball, something you love, but at the same time, you get those precious off days and you get to go out and hang out with your boys. And it's cool, it's really unique because you're playing with guys all over America who you would never have an opportunity to play with, but you create these really long forming friendships that, I still talk to those guys. The people that you meet is amazing, the host families that you have. We had something really special, man. It was baseball at its purest, and not only did we all love the game, we loved each other, and we were playing just to play another game. It wasn't we have to win the series, it was just like we just want to play another game with each other. I played for the Corvallis Knights, home field of the Beavers, where I went to school at Oregon State. I knew a lot of guys that played there before. Nick Madrigal, I played with Adley, Zach Taylor. Playing for the Knights felt like an honor. The West Coast League is a great place to play some ball. I mean, you got some premier pitchers out there. I thought the quality of pitchers in the West Coast League was just as good as our college season. I think there's some leagues where it's just like get your reps, get out of there, but you're there to win every single game. The coaches care, the fans care. It's a real fun environment, but competitive at the same time. Summer ball is just its own kind of beast. There's people who are just Corvallis Knights fans. I tell them excited for the Oregon State season, and they really couldn't care less. They're all about the Corvallis Knights season, and we had a winning tradition up to that point, so they expected us to win. They have fans love their baseball. They're knowledgeable as well. We had a bunch of kids there. That was always a bunch of fun. It was definitely a really cool experience.
We continue to be in a short delay as our umpiring crew gets situated for what is looking like, as Perry Schofield has made his way out onto the field, a one-man umpire crew tonight. Derek Dunbar exiting the game under what appears to be concussion protocol after taking a foul ball off the face mask. And so Perry Schofield, who was the field umpire, will transition into the home plate umpire, and he will be solo unless they can find another umpire in the area. Now it's 7:30 on a Saturday night, and the chances of that are somewhat low. But it looks like we're going to continue the baseball game here in a couple of minutes. Jake coming back to warming up. Here in the top of the third inning, the standings look like this. Yakima Valley trying to find a playoff spot. They sit only a game behind Portland, and with a win tonight and a Portland loss, the Pippins and the Pickles will be tied. There are still 9 games left to go after this series, including 3 of them with Portland and 3 more with Corvallis. Walla Walla leading the way. Ridgefield, despite that 10-game losing streak to start the second half, has found its footing again. And then Springfield, Marion, and Bend, neither one of them are out of the playoffs, but as every day continues, that becomes more and more of a reality. Port Angeles, on the other side, on the North Division, is about a game away from getting eliminated. They can be the first one out of the playoffs officially. Wenatchee is in command of the North. It's time to get back to baseball, albeit in a little bit of an unconventional way. Perry Schofield taking over as the home plate umpire after Derek Dunbar exits. It's a one-man umpiring crew as Jake Cumming fires the first pitch in about 17 minutes away for ball one. The delay started at about 7:15. We resume at 7:32, an hour into the contest. Two balls and no strikes. This is Dakota Chun, Ryan Severns, and Tate Hammond. 3 balls and no strikes. This is probably one of the only times you'll see this in the West Coast League. Ball 4, 4 straight misses for Jake Cumming, trying to get back into the rhythm after that long delay.
28, Ryan Severns.
Derek Dunbar tried to stay in, but he left the game after a couple of pitches. He did see a couple of batters. Both of them were very quick at bats. Diego Davis reaching on an E6, then a little bit of a delay. He was feeling around his temple, and then Tommy Lamb grounded out on the first pitch of his at-bat, and then we went into the delay. One and one. So Perry Schofield was the home plate umpire last night. And we'll see if Derek Dunbar is able to return for tomorrow's game. He would be the field umpire. Maybe he'd be the home plate umpire. I doubt it, though. This has got to be a pretty tense moment for Perry Schofield. It's extremely hard to umpire a baseball game, even with a partner. Now you've got to determine fair and foul, stolen bases, all that fun stuff, as here's a ground ball off of the glove of Gupta and into left field. First and second, nobody out, and that's probably going to be the more tiring thing. You see Perry Schofield out there behind the hill. He's going to have to be on the move quite a bit. Score that an E5 for Yakima Valley. Rode right up the arm of Gupta. We'll see how aggressive these teams are on the base pads. You can't let the umpiring change affect how you play. And in all cases, it's probably easier to steal bases with only the one man. Brooke Knight and Kyle Crustangel are friends. We'll see if there's any sort of gentleman's agreement here. Bunted foul. And the last point I'll make before we try to change topics on the solo umpire is umpires aren't usually trained on how to do things solo. Usually you are always with at least one partner. This bunt, foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake Cumming trying to get through at least 3 innings. Yakima Valley does have the bullpen active. This will be pitch number 66 for Jake. Broken bat, flare to center. Tommy coming hard. Tommy lets it drop. There will be no play. Bases loaded, nobody out for Corvallis here in the top of the third. That bat shattered on that attempt, and the bat will die a hero as one of the Pippins bat boys will bring that back to the Corvallis dugout. Tommy's fast there in the outfield, but just could not quite get to that one. First pitch off of the body of Stone and into left field. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. Corvallis leads it 6-0. We'll see if that's a hit or an error If it's an error, it's the third by the Pippins. That was really hard hit, 100 miles an hour off the bat. First pitch strike to Xavier Rios. They do give it a single, and so 2 RBI for Rios. Berkeley Rintz in an 0-2 count. So Tate Hammond now standing at third. Rios, after the 2 RBI knock, standing at first. Fouled at the plate. Diego Davis gets a big piece of this ball. Right up into the chest protector of Diego. Runners at the corners for Corvallis. 2 runs home, nobody out. Jake tried the breaking ball, but instead the count will be 1-2. Rio shuffling over at first. Ground ball. Malachi can't get it. It's a single into right field. 7-0 Corvallis. Still nobody out here in the top of the third, and it looks like Coach Crustangel is on his way out to the hill. Another relatively short outing for Jake Cumming. This ball just past Malachi. Jake's night done. We'll get you the information on the new pitcher when we come back. It's 7-0 Corvallis here on the top of the third.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
New arm into the game for the Yakima Valley Pippins. Cameron Sheriffs, the new hurler, heading to Yakima Valley College. A 10.80 ERA in 2 games for Sheriffs. He's got 3 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts and 6 walks, 4 hits and 4 earned runs. His 2 outings have been against the Cascade Collegiate League on the 16th of July and down in Walla Walla on the 22nd. Sheriffs inherits a mess. 7-0 is the score. There's nobody out in the top of the 3rd inning. Jake Cumming faces the Corvallis Knights order twice, and he throws 72 pitches, going 2+ innings. Diego Cruz hitting for the 3rd time. This is the top of the 3rd inning. Yakima Valley just looking for an out somewhere. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Sheriffs, after a season at YVC, heading back. Tasked with just 3 outs here in the third inning. A bunt attempt, but it is foul. In case you're just joining us, we're down to 1 umpire tonight. Perry Schofield is manning the plate after his partner Derek Dunbar exits the game on what we presume is concussion protocol. Bouncer, Correa, going to turn and get 1 at second. The relay is in time at first. That's a big double play turned by Yakima Valley. "4-6 to get Rintz and 4-6-3 to get Cruz. Take another look at the 33rd double play turned by Yakima Valley. Just missed, ball 1. More importantly, the runners were at first and second, which means that despite Rios advancing to third, he does not score yet. 2 balls, no strikes. Max Medina, 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the first inning, and a pop out to Correa in the second. Down the right field line, Medina, foul. Perry Schofield getting out down the line to see where this ball lands. There have been quite a few baseballs that have tickled the line down the right field side. It was 362 feet. It was long gone if it was fair, but it was foul. The count 2-1. Ball to the backstop. It's 8-0 Corvallis. Xavier Rios scores on a wild pitch. Well, one thing's for certain. Now Perry Schofield has less pressure behind the dish. There's nobody on. And so his only concern right now is what's at home plate. That's got to be a little bit relieving for him. Ball 4, and now a man immediately aboard. I just had to say something, didn't I? That'll bring up Ethan Porter, the 8th man to hit in the 3rd inning. The start of this game has been extremely sluggish for multiple reasons. Corvallis has plated 4 runs for the 2nd inning today. We had the 17-minute umpire change. I would not want to be Bryce Hill, the starter for Corvallis. He's set down 6 of the 7 Yakima Valley Pippins that he's faced. He's done so on only 20 pitches, and now he's been sitting for well over a half hour. Check to first, but no tag applied. Those kind of plays are probably going to be the toughest for Perry Schofield as a solo umpire. Out towards the middle of the field, he generally has a good look, but down the lines, especially depending on the batter, might be tough. This one, no doubt about it, foul. Keithan Vaquera picking that up, one of the Pippins relief pitchers. Souvenir to the stands. The count now 2-2. Perry Schofield resupplies with baseballs. Sheriffs yanks this one glove side.
The count full. The runner will be off at first, Max Medina. He's got decent speed. Medina, 12 stolen bases for Corvallis. The payoff, that got him. Ethan Porter hit by the pitch. 2 men aboard, 2 outs. And the 9th hitter in the 3rd inning is Maverick Russell. Russell so far today is 0 for 2, but he scored a run in the 1st, reaching on a fielder's choice, and then grounding out to end the 2nd inning. First pitch strike to the Corvallis Knights first baseman. Another near hit by pitch. The count evens up. Back up the box, a hit for Maverick Russell. Turning around third is Medina. He will score. Corvallis, runners at the corners, 9-0 the score. And they've batted around for the 2nd time in this game. Dakota Chun led off this top of the 3rd inning with a walk. 94 right back where it came from, off the bat of Maverick Russell. And if you're keeping a physical book like I am, it's a scorekeeper's nightmare to start this game. Positive news out of Portland. Walla Walla currently leading 1-0. That game's in the top of the 3rd as well. They started at 7:15. It's going to be a late night at the Orchard, followed by a somewhat earlier day. 5:05 p.m. first pitch tomorrow. Grounder. Correa stops it, but a run will score to make it 10-0. Infield single for Dakota Chun. That prevented an extra 90 feet for both base runners, but it does bring home another run. Here's Ryan Severns. First pitch strike from Sheriffs. Yakima Valley is going to need somebody to provide some length out of the bullpen. Cummings, 72 pitches, only 2 innings under his belt. This is the first inning of work for Cameron Sheriffs. That was pitch number 23 of his outing. Cummings issued 4 walks and struck out 1. Sheriff so far coming in after Dakota Chun led this off and Jake Cummings faced 5 men without getting an out, immediately getting a double play. But we have not been able to find out number 3 since that twin killing. Jackson Upton has started doing some band work for Yakima Valley. Ball 4 to Ryan Severns. The bases are loaded for Corvallis. Tate Hammond. 2 for 2 today. A double, a single, a run scored, and 2 runs driven in. Sheriff starts off ahead in the count. Pippins have not made it one trip through their order yet. 8, 9, and 1 are due up when we get to the bottom of the 3rd. Strike 2 to Hammond. Folks out in right field would love to hang a second K. Not yet. Sheriff's going with an off-speed pitch. Two balls and two strikes. Cameron uses a disengagement before dialing back in here on a 2-2. There's a look at Jackson Upton. Pippins might request his services. Flown down the left field line, but foul. Lefties will end up with a souvenir. Popped up. Gupta coming in. He wants it. He makes the catch, albeit a little bit more adventurous than I think everybody wanted. The third inning comes to a close. Corvallis leads it 10-0. Going to be a long night at the ballpark. Settle in, everybody.
My experience at West Coast League was fun. You know, there's a big difference going from California over there to Walla Walla, Washington. And the crowds were actually really good for such a small town. They really showed up for us, and everybody was very welcoming. It was an awesome experience.
How much does speed play a factor in your game here?
Oh, it's a huge factor. Ball in the gap or just even a CNI single. If you get out of the box good, you can even try and stretch to a double sometimes.
Durant hits that hard into the gap.
Here goes Durant. He's blazing around second. Into third. It's a two-run triple.
Jaron Durant, a triple to the gap in right center.
For me, that summer was about embracing like new teammates and embracing new challenges because, you know, you're seeing different types of pitchers and it's really fast-paced, a lot of bunting, some new positions, new skills. Kind of helps with like leadership and like getting to know guys, and it was a good development for me in a lot more aspects than I expected. That was some of the best coaching staff that I've had. Back then I was a second baseman, you know, I thought if I just played really good second base, I'd be able to stay there, but they better use me in the outfield, which is awesome. You know, I'm loving it now.
On the defensive side, you've been making some pretty good plays. You've been playing really all over the field now.
Hit coming on Durant, diving ahead, he's got it.
What can he do at this point? Wow, changing the game both offensively and defensively, that's huge.
JD's one of my best friends in the organization. He's just such a hard worker. He's super intense on the field, but he's completely different off of it. He's really laid back, relaxed, loves to have fun, brings such a good rapport and demeanor to the clubhouse. There's so many great things to say about him and the way that he goes about his business.
Bottom three here at the Orchard. Brendan Aoki, Levi Correa, and then the top of the Pippins order due up against Bryce Hill, who's probably been itching to get back out on the hill for Corvallis. It's almost been an hour since he threw his last pitch. Doesn't seem to faze him, though, as he starts off with a strike to Brennan Aoki, the right fielder today. Coming from Whitworth. Was 0 for 2, actually 0 for 0 yesterday. 2 plate appearances. He drew 2 walks for Yakima Valley and scored a run. One ball and 2 strikes. .96 just misses. Aoki from Puyallup, Washington. joining the Pippins for the last couple of weeks as he shoots one through the right side for a base hit. The Pippins pick up their first hit of the night, first hit in a Pippins uniform for Brennan Aoki. Well, if you can't get in front of the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, just be purposely late. Shoot it the other way. That's exactly what Aoki did. Here's Levi Correa. Last action for Correa was on the 16th of July against the Cascade Collegiate League. Went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Levi on the season batting .167. This is only game number 19 for Correa coming out of Utah Valley. Another opposite field shot. This one will hang up for Hammond. One down here in the third. Back to the top of the order for the Pippins, Tyson Miller. Tyson taking his time getting to the plate. He struck out back in the first inning on 3 pitches. The outfield for Corvallis is playing extremely shallow on the push side for Tyson. Take a look out at the defensive alignment for me, Marcos. Maybe. Cruz and Medina are playing almost as if they're playing no doubles. Tyson likes to go the opposite way in the air. If Miller could poke one over the head of Cruz with his speed, it might be a triple. Perfect combo to do it. Hard velocity. There's another look. You can see Cruz playing right in the trough where the shadow dips back towards the fence. Two and two. Miller trying to avoid an 0 for 2 start to the day. Just missed. The count full, and if Miller can reach, the Pippins would have a little bit of life. Still plenty of time in the game to try to make a comeback. They're going to have to get some help on the defensive side of the ball as well. Foul ball over towards Panch. Miller has a habit of forcing long at-bats. That might be just what the doctor orders against Bryce Hill, who has relatively been cruising through his first 2+ innings. Another foul ball. Good work by Miller. Hill loses Tyson Miller. Couple of base runners here in the third inning for the Pippins. Tyson earned that walk. Blake, you forgot the bat. Brandon Stone doing the cleanup at a home plate. Pippins bat boy Blake kind of becoming famous like Leroy has for his dancing abilities. First pitch strike. Brandon Stone struck out looking in the first inning. Good block by Rios, 1-1. Upton has not continued throwing down in Yakima Valley's bullpen. Looks like Sheriffs will come out for the 4th inning. One and two as that pitch caught the bottom of the zone. .95 in the dirt. Yakima Valley only one out on the scoreboard. Stone looking for anything but a ground ball. Putting up a pretty good fight here. Count still 2-2. Stone plunked, and the Pippins have the bases loaded. This is sometimes what you see with hard-throwing pitchers is they get a man or two aboard, and all of a sudden that, for some reason, rattles them. Brandon probably happy that that was the breaking ball and not the fastball. Here's Yash Gupta. Pippin's trying to score for the first time tonight. Gupta late on 97. 0-1. Yash grounded out to Rientz to end the first inning. Even count. Leading the way is Brennan Aoki, teammate of Yash Gupta over at third. Got pretty good speed behind him, Miller and Stone. 1-2. Late on the fastball. Down swinging goes Gupta. There's two away. Here's Parker Burt. I mentioned this the last time the Pippins were home, but if Parker Burt can size up one of these fastballs, it might get exciting. With the way Parker approaches the plate and delivers his swing, a hanging fastball to Burt might look like roadkill hit by a semi-truck. Parker with 4 home runs on the summer, but more importantly, he's gotten quite a few clutch hits, including one last night, which helped extend the lead to 4. Would have been 5, but Yakima Valley had Daichi Furuhata gunned down at home. Parker, when he is on, he's hitting the ball into the right center field gap. Swinging 2-0. This rattles right down into the lap of Brooke Knight. A Pippin at every base trying to break the goose egg, trailing by 10. Three balls and one strike. On the season, Hill has issued 12 walks. Pippin's trying to find those weak spots and exploit Bryce Hill. Parker out towards right center. Hammond was shaded that way, and he backpedals to make the catch. Bryce Hill able to leave three Pippins on the base pads. Yakima Valley threatens but does not score. We go to the fourth, 10-0 Corvallis.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Top four here at Yakima County Stadium. Cameron Sheriff's going to be asked to go out and get another inning of work in. Yakima Valley trailing 10-0 after the first 3 innings of play. If you're keeping a physical book like I am, then your top of the 4th inning is currently in the 6th inning slot. And we better hope that there's not too many more big innings on the Corvallis side. Otherwise, we're going to run out of room. I don't know what kind of scorecard you're using if you're watching along with us on either YouTube or the WCL Live app, but I have a 15-inning scorebook. The last 4 innings of those 15 are reserved for totals if we have a standard game, as this is Sod off back behind the mound. Sheriffs tries to catch it, but it falls to the dirt. Cameron might have been better off to let that drop and give Gupta a chance to throw the man out at first, Xavier Rios. Would have been a sweet catch, too, for Sheriffs. Right off of the leather. Infield single for Xavier Rios. Starts off Berkeley Rentz with a called strike. So, if you are scoring with us, good luck. Hopefully you can fill out your card as legibly as possible. Look up top, Marcos. We've got a couple of firefighting planes coming in from the north. One ball and 2 strikes. Going down to assist with the wildfires, both in Washington and Oregon. Hopefully all of our firefighters are staying safe out there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We missed the pitch. That's okay. More important things. Stay safe out there, you brave men and women. Another one on the infield. Sheriff says he has it. He does. Couldn't get the first one, so he might as well take the second one. Back to the top of the order for Corvallis. Diego Cruz has hit 3 times already. Check to first, close play. Perry Schofield, of course, not in the best spot to see it, the one-man umpiring crew. And that got me thinking about the history of umpires in this game. Because in the very early days of baseball, there were no umpires. It was all self-officiated. Nearly a great grab there by Stone, but it's a base hit by Diego Cruz. And so I did some looking real briefly during the break. And the first professional umpire in the game of baseball was Will McLean from Philadelphia. Umpired the first National League game before the two leagues joined together to become the MLB. Ball bounces away. Both runners will move up. This is Max Medina in the batter's box. By 1978, the National League had mandated that home teams had to pay the umpires a standard of $5 a game. This hit will score one. It's 11-0 Corvallis. Medina getting over to second. Now a run's going to score. Malachi is hurt. Emery Henderson tweaks something, trying to cut that ball off. 12-0 Corvallis, and now the immediate attention goes to the first baseman. He says he's all right. He refuses the staff from Multicare Orthopedics Northwest. That ball went right off his knee. It's going to go down as a throwing error that allows the second run to score. So it's an RBI single for Max Medina. And then Diego Cruz scores on the throwing error out in center field by Tommy Lamb. I wonder if Malachi just got that right off the side of the knee. One ball and one strike. Medina moving up to second on the play. You could call it on the error as well. It is ruled on the throw. Oh, they take the error away. They call it on the throw because of the injury. I don't mind that. Called strike three to Ethan Porter. He's down looking for the second time tonight. Two down for Maverick Russell. So we were talking about Will McLean. Umpires were paid $5 a game. And then 9 years later, in 1885, the chest protectors finally were implemented for umpires. They were back there with nothing but their regular garb on. The pitching mounds moved back. Overhand pitching became a thing. Pitch velocity went up. Fly ball out towards right. Aoki playing the setting sun, puts it away. The inning will conclude. We'll talk more about umpires and the Pippins bats when we get to the bottom of the fourth. Enjoy the race. We'll be back.
Or animals. I've got a Dalmatian and a wiener dog. And these kiddos are going to be racing to Scott T. Staying on the grass, going around the infield. You guys ready? Folks, make some noise if you think the wiener dog's going to win. Make some noise if you think the Dalmatian's going to win. Ooh, a little bit more noise for the Dalmatian. You guys ready? On your mark. Get set, go! They are on. The dogs are running. It is close. Scott T, who's it going to be? It is close. Oh, who is it, Scott? The Dalmatian. Get it up, folks. Drew, it's getting a little chilly. I can kind of go for a fur coat tonight. Leading off for your Pippins, number 40.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Oopsie, Shay. I see your little graphic. We're caught up in a lot of things right now. I don't blame you. 12-0 Corvallis. Malachi Emery Henderson hitting for the second time. Ball 1 to Malachi. He flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. He saw high velocity, like he does there, late on 96. One ball and one strike. There's a changeup. I don't think Malachi was ready for that. The shift is extremely interesting for me as well. Hopefully we'll get a chance to look at it. 2-2. You've got Medina playing more on the opposite field side. I guess that makes sense if Yakima Valley is not ready for this kind of velocity. Another check swing. Good job by Malachi to keep the bat back. Nobody to appeal to because Perry Schofield is by himself. Malachi going to draw the walk. I'm sorry for pointing out your mistake, Shay. But when I'm saying bottom 4 and it says bottom 3, I think I have to clarify. It's okay. Shay still is probably the MVP of the broadcast, a close second by Marcos. I'm just over here sitting on my stool and watching baseball. 1 ball and no strikes here to Diego Davis. I honestly could not be doing what I'm doing for everybody that's watching without the 2 that are in the room next to me. And this is not me sucking up. This is true, honest, professional opinion. Without Shay and Marcos, the broadcast would likely be just a 1-camera stream with no graphics. I'm dead serious. I could make them. I could make graphics, but not at the rate Shay does. 1-2, Diego Davis. So, for the couple of years that they've had to put up with me, thank you guys. I'm glad we can poke fun at each other through the wall. Ball gets away. Malachi going to try for second, but Rios will put it in his pocket. It's almost time to get the lights on here at County Stadium. Hard to believe it's only the bottom of the 4th inning, but then again, you have a 17-minute umpire delay and check swing. That was really hard. Here's the ball back. Bryce Hill going to pick it up and discard it. 17-minute umpire delay. Corvallis has batted around twice. That's how you get to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's almost 8:30 here in Yakima. Slowly out towards second. Reentz sends it to first. 1 away, but the Pippins have a man at third. Tommy Lamb going to try to crack that 0. Turn it into a 1. Maybe a 2. See if Tommy can poke one. Tommy also from Whitworth. Between Yakima Valley College and Whitworth. That's most of the players right now. Heads up. Little foul ball right into the stands. Tommy grounded out to shortstop back in the second inning. That ended that frame. One and two. Hill has thrown 65 pitches with the 12-0 lead. He'll likely be on for the fifth, but then we'll see if Corvallis has him continue. Tommy fights this one out towards the Corvallis dugout. Can't believe I'm saying this. The ballpark feels nice and cool for once after some warm days. 2-2. Pippins trying to plate their first run. Just missing to Tommy Lamb. So it's a full count. Bryce Hill having to work a little bit harder the last couple of innings. All the way to the backstop. Tommy going to take the walk. Malachi is in safely. The Pippins score their first run on a wild pitch. Malachi advanced to second on a wild pitch, to third on a ground out, and how fitting he comes home on a wild pitch as well. Lamb replaces Malachi out on the base pads, and now we're going to have a quick meeting on the hill by the Corvallis Knights. Bryce Hill has had to work hard the last two innings. The Pippins, although being down, have not been out. Celebrating 4-H and the Central Washington State Fair here at the ballpark tonight. And in case you missed it earlier on, we had a special guest helping throw out the first pitch. This was Vern the Cow, and you can see Vern either was really antsy to go out there and toss the ball to home plate or really had no intention of wanting to be here. Then on the way off, he dug in and didn't want to leave the field of play. Kind of an interesting dual-edged sword. Back up the box. This will sneak through. Tommy slams on the brakes at second. That's the second hit of the game for Yakima Valley, both of them off the bat of Brennan Aoki. .74 miles an hour right back through the middle. That is what you call a seeing eye single. Because the ball had eyes all the way to the outfield, sneaking past Hill, Reentz, and Severance. So Yakima Valley starting to fight and put up some offense in the middle parts of this game. Called strike, although Rios dropped the ball. 0-2, 1 out. Top of the order looming for the Pippins. Still 96 in the tank for Bryce Hill. Hill's longest outing with Corvallis was 5 innings in his last start against the Walla Walla Sweets on the 18th of July. He gave up 1 run. It was unearned.
2 balls and 2 strikes. A good take by Correa. Pippins continue to make Hill labor here in the 4th. Correa bounces one up the middle. Severns to the bag himself, late on the relay onto first. Runners at the corners, 2 away for Yakima Valley. Pippins have started timing up the changeup from Bryce Hill. The last couple of hits have been back up the middle. Correa reaching on the fielder's choice. A baseball has found its way onto the warning track. Diego Cruz out there helping out Yakima Valley's bullpen. Good eye by Perry Schofield to notice that. Sometimes even with 2 umpires, they don't get the game stopped when a ball comes ricocheting from the bullpens. Check to first, but safe is Correa. Tyson drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. One of those would load up the bases here for Yakima Valley. Off to a good start in that category, 1-0. This throw gets away. Yakima Valley going to score another. E1 brings home Tommy Lamb. Now a base hit from Tyson can make this a 9-run game. That's 2 errors on the pitchers in this series for Corvallis. Hill skips this in, and now the question is, will Hill be allowed to come out for the 5th inning and qualify for what would be a win? His pitch count continues to elevate. Slowly out towards Severns. On the run, the throw is made in time. 4 innings in the books. Yakima Valley plates their first 2 runs. We go to the 5th here at the Orchard.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Top of the 5th inning, Yakima Valley trailing by 10, and some unfortunate news coming out of Portland right now. The Pickles leading Walla Walla 2-1 in the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher into the game for Yakima Valley. Jackson Upton will toss for the Pippins. Upton, a catcher and a pitcher, does have two-way ability. This will be the third appearance on the mound for Jackson as a pitcher. He threw in a non-league game and then pitched against the Bend Elks down in Bend. And now getting a shot here. Actually, this is appearance number 4. He got a start against the Cascade Collegiate League and went 4 innings. Sheriffs goes 47 pitches in 2 innings, and the first offering is fouled back over our heads. So Upton comes into this game with a 1.17 ERA, a 1-1 record, and 6 strikeouts. That's what Yakima Valley is looking for right now, is a strike thrower. Flown out towards left. Stone drifting back, but Miller coming in. 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the 5th. Ryan Severns, 2 walks, and he reached on an error. He has scored twice. Drilled out towards the scoreboard. Tyson will watch this one clang off the base of the wall. Severns turning around second, but slamming on the brakes. 1 out double for Ryan Severns. Here's Tate Hammond. Hammond today, 2 for 3. Tyson making sure that ball went a certain direction before committing. One ball and no strikes here to Hammond. This out to right. Aoki looking up. This one's off the base of the wall. Severns will turn and score. Back-to-back doubles for Corvallis. 13-2 as Corvo gets one back. Here's Xavier Rios. Couple of singles, couple of RBI, couple of runs scored. Foul out of play. One ball and 1 strike. 13 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors for Corvallis, 2 runs on 2 hits, and 3 errors for Yakima Valley. Two balls and a strike here to Rios. Let's continue our story on umpires, shall we? 1912 rolls around. The National League and the American League finally came up with two-man umpiring crews. This is popped up on the right side of the infield. Malachi towards the foul line in foul territory. Out number 2 recorded. Brings up Berkeley Rintz. Before the two-man crew existed, active players had to fill in for injured or exhausted umpires. Could you imagine in today's day and age if we pulled one of the bench guys for one of these two teams to help out Perry Schofield? And believe it or not, you can pull this out the next trivia night that you have. The 4-man umpire crew that we're so used to in the major leagues wasn't standard in regular season games until 1952. Laced into right field, down for a knock. Corvallis is going to get both runs they gave up back, as it's now 14-2 on an RBI single by Berkeley Rintz. A lot of balls put in play where Yakima Valley's defense cannot get them. Top of the order, Diego Cruz smoking one out to right. Aoki will not get there in time. Gets the ball back in quickly, but not before a double by Diego Cruz. Runners will be at second and third after this 99-mile-an-hour shot off the bat of Diego Cruz. Corvallis threatening to extend the lead to the maximum it's been. It was 12-0 at one point. Yakima Valley scored 2, so we've tied that. Corvallis trying to get another run. Correa will prevent that. A 4-3 putout brings us halfway closer to ending this game. 14-12. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
How we doing up there, guys? Come on, I need a little bit more energy than that. One thing I will say I have to love about this fair weekend. Stay fair weekend. Is who doesn't love some fair games? One of my favorites, we are currently recreating ring toss, but we are not going to have human ring toss. Our green team, we have Selena and John. Our purple team, we have Aaron and Marla. They're each going to get 2 tosses to their partner by their choice. And if there's tie or none made, then the other people will shoot back. So purple first, Aaron, take a shot. Oh, we have a miss. Selena? Oh, low short. Back. None on anyone so far. Okay, they'll get some attempts back to their partners. Let's do it a little bit. Take a shot, Marlon. Oh, just over. To John. We have one. Let's try one more, Marlon. Oh, no. John, the cherry on top. Oh, all right. Give it up for John and Selena, guys. And for Marla and Aaron as well.
There are always rings on the field. It reminds me, no one really proposed at a Pippins game in a while. Do we have any proposals in the crowd tonight?
The Pippins have also yet to win a championship.
Any long-time relationships that just need to make this thing secure tonight with a ring? Anyone ready to propose tonight? We'll let you throw out the first pitch. You propose right now, boyfriend.
Fun fact about Toddy Lyons. Toddy Lyons. Press box is named after. His wedding ceremony was at home, but the reception was here.
Here's number 9, shortstop Brandon Stowe.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at County Stadium. Corvallis leads it by 12. New pitcher into the game for the Knights. This is number 39, Blake Sebastian, 6'6", 230, out of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. First pitch strike to Brandon Stone. Sebastian on the season for Corvallis, 25 2/3 innings. He's 2-1 in 15 games now, including a couple of starts. So Bryce Hill goes 79 pitches. He is not able to qualify for the decision. Only pitching 4 innings, giving up 2 runs on 2 hits. Sebastian greeted rudely by Brandon Stone. My goodness, everybody. Apologies to those watching on the broadcast. I promise you we're not drinking like we were last night. Not to say we haven't had our best efforts. Either way, Brandon Stone's on with a single to lead off the 5th inning. Yash Gupta 0 for 2 today. Second time I get to call a Nebraska pitcher, the school I go to here in the West Coast League. Colin Novacek started the game yesterday for Corvallis. Sebastian coming in here in relief. A 7.71 ERA in 25 2/3 innings. He struck out 35. He's also walked 25. Two balls and 2 strikes. Gupta spitting on it. Now the count runs full. It's going to be a late night for those of you tuning in. Started at 6:33, but we had a 17-minute umpire delay. There's a walk drawn by Gupta. Perry Schofield started this game in the field, but is now behind the plate calling balls and strikes, as well as trying to manage the rest of the defense. His partner, Derek Dunbar, hit by a foul tip in the face mask and had to exit this game with what we presume is concussion protocol. Parker Burt taking strike 1 from Blake Sebastian. Parker deep out in the hole at short. There's 1. There's 2. Corvallis turns a double play. That is number 39 this season. Brandon Stone stands at third with 2 away. Gupta out at second. This was a pretty athletic play by Severance. Man at third for Malachi. He drew a walk and scored on a wild pitch back in the 4th inning. Big cut and a miss. 0-1. Both teams into their bullpens now. Yakima Valley on their second reliever. Corvallis on their first. There's a big breaking ball by Sebastian, cut on and missed. 0-2 to Malachi. Called strike 3. Malachi frozen, and Sebastian works around a couple of early base runners. 5 innings are complete. We go to the 6th. Corvallis leading by 12.
It's wild. I mean, it's crazy. It's still hard to believe that I have that ring. I'm not sure exactly how it came about, but I had the opportunity to go up and play in Kelowna. It was really fortunate. We had a really good group of guys up there, and it's a beautiful place. I mean, we really appreciate everybody who came out and watched us play and supported us, and made that summer really special for all of us out there. It's just an awesome city you guys live in. It was an absolute blast. Playing in the West Coast League, it was a very different experience for me. I really hadn't been away from home that long. It was my first college summer league team. Most guys leave and they really are focused on the innings, getting more work in, developing a pitch. For me, it was just kind of having an opportunity to face some different hitters, and it was definitely more of a step into a professional style of play. You're playing a lot more. It's just not weekend sets. I got to put a lot of innings in my mind. I was out of the bullpen a little bit, so that was new to me. It was just a really good opportunity for me to refine all my stuff going into my sophomore year. Out of high school, I thought I was going to be a position player. If you would have told me, 10 years later, I would be, pitching and being at this stage, I would have been a little surprised. I was very fortunate to get drafted. I ended up here in Houston. It's been an awesome ride here the last 3 years. It's still hard to believe that I have that ring. It's wild. I mean, it's crazy. The things that happened during those games last year are just unforgettable.
The thing about Phil is that, he's the same every day. I mean, you can't tell if he's going good or if he's going bad. That's what makes him a quality reliever. It's the fact that, his highs aren't that high and his lows aren't that low. Enjoy Phil. I think I bought him some corn one day, and I wanted to know his opinion because from where he's from, he's a corn expert.
Top of the 6th here at County Stadium. Jackson Upton out for his second inning of relief. Ethan Porter leads it off. Then Maverick Russell, then Dakota Chun. Corvallis is on their 5th trip through their lineup. We're in the top of the 6th inning. They've scored 14 runs on 14 hits and 3 Yakima Valley errors. The Pippins 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 Corvallis errors. This has just been a really interesting change of pace after last night's game, which was a 12-7 Yakima Valley win. The Pippins played clean baseball. They had good pitching as this is driven out towards the left center gap. It's Tommy Lamb who goes over and gets it. Tyson Miller barely even moved on the play, and it's a hustle double for Ethan Porter. I was a little surprised to see that Tyson wasn't on his way over to get that ball. Maybe he didn't see it off the bat. Porter not letting the big balloon score stop him from taking an extra 90 feet. That's now 15 hits for the Knights. We've got 4 innings left to play. Left side, will it stay in play for Gupta? He can't see it as it disappeared into the twilight. That's got to be frustrating for Gupta. Had it, and then lost it right when it reached the apex. Am I seeing things properly? People putting on sweatshirts here in the ballpark? That's hard to believe. It's been so warm the last couple of weeks. So we talked about how umpires kind of got their start. I think it's only fitting we continue the conversation as Perry Schofield continues to work solo. If you've ever wondered why the hand signals are the way they are, it actually originates from American Sign Language. The traditional strike and or safe and out calls that you see are basically stolen from ASL. In the late 19th century deaf players like Ed Dummy Dundon and William Hoy obviously could not hear an umpire's verbal call, and so he relied on his third base coach to raise one of his two arms to say if it was a ball or a strike. And so the gestures that we see now are rooted from American Sign Language. The out call with the fist closed, thrown up over the shoulder, is almost the exact same motion as the ASL sign that means get rid of it. We might see it here as Tommy chasing this one out towards the deepest part of the park. So get rid of that first out. Moving up to third, Ethan Porter. F8 is how you write that down. The safe call, as Dakota Chun steps into the box, with the arms swept out flat horizontally, mimics the American Sign Language sign for free. And you have to date these signals and the rest of the signals that umpires make back to Bill Clem, Hall of Fame umpire that was in the major leagues for 37 seasons. He added the signals with the verbal calls to help people who were sitting in the stands see what he had called. Upton nearly hit as this sneaks by into center field for a knock. 15-2 Corvallis. Ethan Porter comes home to score. It's kind of interesting to learn about the history of the signals as you take another look at this 96-mile-an-hour poke by Chun. Baseball fans today are so used to seeing the safe, the strike, the out call that that's all you associate it with anymore, but there had to have been an origin. So you can thank American Sign Language and early professional players that were deaf for the signals that we have today. Ryan Severns hit by a pitch. 2 men are aboard. There's one away. Nobody up in the Yakima Valley pen. Coach Panch is going to make his way out to the hill. We don't normally see Panch make visits. He's pretty close with Jackson Upton. Coached him for a couple years at Yakima Valley College. Upton now at St. Martin's. This is probably just one of those appearances to try to let Upton catch his breath. Maybe let everybody catch their breath. Perry Schofield working solo as the only umpire left in this game. Corvallis has been running the base paths like a marathon. Yakima Valley playing their final Saturday home game. We have tomorrow at 5:05 against Corvallis and then an off day at home before Tuesday through Thursday. The final 3 regular season home games will be played against the Springfield Drifters. 6:35 Tuesday and Wednesday, 7:05 on Thursday for Fan Appreciation Night. Bobblehead giveaway, fireworks, all sorts of fun. Fly ball, again, a chance for Tommy. He never saw it off the bat. He's going to go back. This is going to fall. The twilight making it really hard to see. Corvallis going to try to score another run, and they will. 16-2 now. That's an RBI single for Tate Hammond. Dakota Chun taking advantage of the loss in the sky. Severn stays at second. Xavier Rios hitting now. deep out towards the left field scoreboard. Miller back. He caught it. The runners chase back towards the base they started at. Nice play by Tyson out in left. Rios was probably thinking the same thing that Hammond and Chun thought, that here I go, I get another trip around the bases, but Tyson Miller says, no, sir, go ahead and sit down. Here's Berkeley Rintz. Either here in the top of the 6th or when we get to the top of the 7th, Corvallis will begin their 6th trip through the lineup. Hopefully it'll be in the 7th. Malachi towards the track. The 6th inning is halfway done. Corvallis tacks on 2 more. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 14-run game.
Lindsay, you could have a couples massage with Scott T. Pippen himself. What do you think, Scott T? I think Scott T can hear me.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Yakima County Stadium. Corvallis leads at 16-2. Diego Davis hitting for the 3rd time for the Pippins. He reached on an error in the 2nd inning and then grounded out in the 4th. Blake Sebastian misses with his first offering here in the bottom of the 6th. Just past 9 o'clock here in Yakima. All things considered, the game has resumed to more of a normal pace. We had that delay while Perry Schofield got into his home plate gear. Quite a few long innings offensively for the Knights. Yakima Valley only 2 runs to show for at this point. The wind has died down. The flag laying limp out in right center field. Early on the changeup. The count runs full. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Davis down on strikes. Here comes Tommy Lamb. He drew a walk back in the 4th inning and came around to score on a pickoff error that allowed Levi Correa to head to second base. That slider caught the outside part of the plate, according to Perry Schofield. One ball and one strike. Two out of the three hits tonight belong to the man who is on deck, Brennan Aoki. More sad news from around the West Coast League. Portland leading it 3-1 against the Walla Walla Sweets. Tommy sneaks this one into center field, and Lamb has a hit. Good to see Tommy pick up a hit. That's his first knock since returning to the team for the second time. Another one of those seeing eye type singles. Here's Brennan Aoki. Aoki 2 for 2. A single in the third, a single in the fourth. Even count. Dan Bradley has grabbed a baseball in Yakima Valley's bullpen. He looks to be the next man up. 1-2 to Aoki. We'll get a full wrap on the scores from around the league when we get to the top of the seventh. But that Portland Walla Walla score probably the most important in consideration with this game. Called strike 3. Make that 3 strikeouts for Blake Sebastian. Aoki down looking. Last hope here in the sixth is Levi Correa. Correa reached on a fielder's choice back in the fourth inning, was left stranded at second base. Before that, he had flown out to right field. That was the first out of the third inning. Oh and 2 after the wave and miss. Yakima Valley not the only team with action in their bullpen. Corvallis has a man standing on the warm-up hill as well. Out of play, and Levi stays alive. Under the lights here on a Saturday night. Tapper, Reentz, out number 3. 6 innings have come and gone. We go to the late frames. Corvallis leading big.
Summer ball just, it has that romantic kind of energy. The sun's out, you get to really enjoy your summer. You're still playing baseball, something you love, but at the same time, you get those precious off days. You get to go out and hang out with your boys, and it's cool. It's really unique because you're playing with guys all over America who you would never have an opportunity to play with, but you create these really long forming friendships that, I still talk to those guys. The people that you meet is amazing, the host families that you have. We had something really special, man. It was baseball at its purest, and not only did we all love the game, we loved each other, and we were playing just to play another game. It wasn't we have to win the series, it was just like we just want to play another game with each other. I played for the Corvallis Knights, home field of the Beavers, where I went to school at Oregon State. I knew a lot of guys that played there before. Nick Madrigal, I played with Adley, Zach Taylor. Playing for the Knights felt like an honor. The West Coast League is a great place to play some ball. I mean, you got some premier pitchers out there. I thought the quality of pitchers in the West Coast League was just as good as our college season. I think there's some leagues where it's just like, get your reps, get out of there, but like, you're there to win every single game. The coaches care, the fans care. Like, it's a real fun environment, but competitive at the same time. Summer ball is just its own kind of beast. There's people who are just Corvallis Knights fans. Like, I tell them, like, oh, excited for the Oregon State season, and, they really couldn't care less. They're all about the Corvallis Knights season, and we had a winning tradition up to that point, so they expected us to win. They have fans love their baseball. They're knowledgeable as well. We had a bunch of kids there. That was always a bunch of fun. It was definitely a really cool experience.
New arm into the game for the Yakima Valley Pippins here in the top of the 7th inning. Dan Bradley has entered. Bradley from Western Oklahoma State. Pippins fans being treated to a couple of airborne Scott T. Pippins being shot out of the t-shirt cannon. Thanks for sticking with us on a Saturday night. 16-2, not the score we expected. Top of the order due up for Corvallis. Bradley, a .563 ERA and 8 innings of work across 7 games. First pitch, wave and a miss by Diego Cruz. So Jackson Upton goes 30 pitches across 2 innings. And now the Pippins turn it over to Bradley. Dan pitched a couple of times against the Walla Walla Sweets on 2 separate road trips, giving up a combined 7 runs, 2 of them earned on 2 hits in 2 innings. 2 balls and 1 strike. His best outing of the summer by far was against the Portland Gherkins on the 2nd of July. 2 innings. No hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts. Big cut by Cruz, and it's 2-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Dan Bradley punches out his first. 1 down here in the 7th. Extremely messy scorebook if you're trying to keep up with us. Hopefully you have enough room to continue through the end of this game. Dan gets strike 1 to Max Medina. That strikeout by Bradley was only the 3rd by Yakima Valley Pippin tonight. Sheriffs had 1, Cumming had 1, Upton did not have any. Down on strikes is Max Medina. That's back-to-back punchies for Dan Bradley. Here's Ethan Porter. Couple of strikeouts, couple of hits. Buzzing the tower, it's 2-0. Three balls and no strikes to the Corvallis designated hitter.
Let's go, pitcher!
Bradley coming off of back-to-back strikeouts. Automatic take there by Porter, and Dan gets into the count. That one just a bit too far outside for the call, and it's ball 4. Just in case any of you are listening out there and could hear our organ music, Ralphie Rowland is tickling the ivories over across the press box, and he went through quite a long sequence of the charge fanfare. Charge goes back all the way to the 1940s. And you can trace it back to this side of the country. In the fall of 1946, a music major named Tommy Walker was playing trumpet for USC, the Trojan Marching Band. He had served in World War II, and he drew inspiration from military bugle calls and came up with the sequence of GCEG, which is charge. Da 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 da. After the Dodgers moved from 1959 from Brooklyn to LA, Walker, who was still in the area, helped orchestrate one of the first promotions in Dodger Stadium. The team selling 20,000 toy trumpets that could play the notes, the 6 notes. Dodger fans took that as their calling card. This ball drifting towards the net and out of play. And in a, nice catch. In a nationally televised NBC audience, Dodgers brought those trumpets to the 1959 World Series. Take another look at the catch by the fan here. Bounce. Caught. And gave it right away. Down and in, ball 3 to finish up the charge. Realizing that the crowd control you could get, baseball stadium organists took it from the trumpets and made it into one of the most recognizable sounds in baseball. Payoff pitch to Maverick Russell. Again out of play. Another chance over there. This one's a bit too far. Not quite as impressive, but we'll give him his flowers. Another one over on the left side. Ah, that one didn't bounce off the chairs. That's awesome. Count still full here to Maverick Russell. Called strike 3. Maverick Russell down on strikes, and Dan Bradley strikes out the side. Stretch time here at the Orchard. Here's the Pippins Family Singers. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th.
Feet stretch out and get ready to sing our favorite song. Kiddos, you ready for some Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
My pitcher for the Knights, Micah Hagler.
Back to the top of the Yakima Valley order here in the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher into the game for the Corvallis Knights. Blake Sebastian goes 2 innings of work, and now Micah Hagler will take over. Hagler, 4 innings in 2 games, 5 strikeouts, no walks, 1 hit, and a 0 ERA. He'll face off against Tyson Miller, Brandon Stone, and Yash Gupta. Tyson swinging first pitch. Reentz, a bobble. Tyson's too fast. Leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 7th for the Pippins. That's the 3rd error of the night for Corvallis. All that Tyson needed was that little bobble off the end of the glove of Reentz. He's aboard for the 2nd time tonight. Brandon Stone got a single his last time up. That was the 5th inning. He's swinging first pitch. Chun, the ball dies on the grass. Safe at first. That will be an infield single for Brandon Stone, his 2nd hit of the night. Pippin's not wasting any time here against Micah Hagler. How about Yash Gupta? Will he be swinging first pitch? Didn't mean to. That will end up being strike 2. Gupta today 0 for 2, ground out, strikeout, walk. Wave and a miss, strike 3. One down here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Parker Bird. Parker today 0 for 3. A ground out, a fly out, and a ground into double play. Swinging first pitch and fouling it out of play. Crowd is certainly thinned out. "14-run game. This one all but decided. Parker cannot check his swing, and it's 0-2. That's the weird thing about this sport. Baseball gives you the highest of highs, and in this case, one of the lowest of lows. That's ball 1. And it seems like of all the teams in the West Coast League that have kind of ridden the emotional roller coaster, Yakima Valley has been on the receiving end of quite a few games somewhat like this, but also on the giving end of games like this. You flip back through the scorebook on various nights. The first night of the year was a 2-run ball game. Walla Walla and Yakima Valley playing in an 11-9 game that the Pippins won. And then the next night, Yakima Valley won by 6, 7-1. Parker into left field for a hit. Stop sign thrown up for Tyson over at third. Bases loaded, 1 out. Good piece of hitting by Parker. I mentioned when he's going the opposite way is when he's at his best, but that time showing off the pull side ability. Malachi gets a chance to hit with the bases loaded. Last night hitting a 2-run home run. That ended up helping Yakima Valley en route to the 5-run win. Hagler in danger of giving up his first earned run of the summer. Could not stop his swing. It's 1-1. Into the netting, it's 1-2. I think with the home run last night, Malachi earned himself another steak dinner from his host family. Might have been surf and turf, I don't remember. Either way, he was eating good in the neighborhood last night. A walk would bring home a run. Malachi also with a chance to put good wood on it. Comes up empty. That is strike 3. Diego Davis is 0 for 3 today. We inch ever closer to the 3-hour mark in this game. If I had to guess, we'll probably finish sometime around 10, maybe 10:15. Just in case anybody's got Sunday plans tomorrow morning. Diego handcuffs himself, and it's 0-2. For those of you sticking with us, glad you're with us from wherever you are, either in the West Coast League, around the world, YouTube, West Coast League live app. Certainly has been one of those nights. Corvallis kind of letting loose the frustrations from yesterday in the 12-7 loss, taking it out on Yakima Valley tonight in game 2 of a 3-game series. Usually when you see big scores, it's the 3rd game of a series, but anything can happen on any night in baseball. Ball to the backstop. Yakima Valley's going to try to score their 3rd run. Tyson will do so safely. A 2nd run scored tonight on a wild pitch for a Pippin. This was an 83-mile-an-hour changeup that was spiked by Hagler. 2-2 out of play. This might stay in the bowl. No, right over top. Foul the other way. Krusty couldn't make the short hop play. Two balls and 2 strikes. Hagler trying to strike out the side. No one to appeal to. That is ball 3. Perry Schofield by himself. Here's the payoff. Off the plate, out towards second. Reentz plays the hop, and the inning is over. Yakima Valley scores 1, but leave 2 more on the base pads. We go to the 8th, 16-3 Corvallis.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Top of the 8th inning, I just realized we never did go around the West Coast League and find some scores. Bunch of finals are in. Edmonton takes down Kelowna, 9-4 the final score. Top of the 9th in Port Angeles, Nanaimo leads it 9-2. Springfield has defeated the Marion Berries, taking that series. The game finished in a final score of 4-3. Bottom of the 8th in Victoria, the Harbor Cats in control, 11-1 over Kamloops. Top of the 9th in Ridgefield, Bend being shut out, 6-0. Top of the 9th in Wenatchee, a good game up there at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, 9 apiece between Bellingham and Wenatchee. Bottom of the 8th in Portland, the Pickles lead it 6-1 over the Walla Walla Sweets. Dan Bradley out for his second inning of relief. He'll face off against 5, 6, and 7 in the Corvallis order. Dakota Chun first. 2 walks, 2 singles, and a flyout for Chun. Dan starts him off 2-0. There was a defensive substitution for Corvallis in the top half, or the bottom half rather, of the 7th. Our scoring says that James Colella is now in left field. He pitched in yesterday's game. So we'll see if Diego Cruz's spot in the order comes up, and if it is in fact Colella playing in left field. Ball 4 to Dakota Chun. Third walk he's drawn tonight. He has scored 3 runs. Here's Ryan Severance. Looks like Keelan Vaquera has grabbed a band and will start doing some stretching down in Yakima Valley's bullpen. (1-0) served out of play. Dan Bradley trying to go 2 innings for the first time since he pitched that against the Portland Gherkins on the 2nd of July. Ground ball. Stone dives. The throw. What a play. Tip your hat if you're Ryan Severns. Brandon Stone just made the play of the night. One of the coolest 6'3" putouts you'll be able to put in your scorebook on the evening. Full extension. Committed to Washington State as a pitcher, but they might have to put him in the field. Here's Tate Hammond. Fly ball, chance for Tyson. Locates and catches. 2 away here in the 8th inning. Xavier Rios, the last man scheduled to hit here in the 8th inning. Strike 1 from Bradley. Rios today hit by a pitch back in the 1st inning. Then single, pop out foul, and fly out. He has scored twice. He's driven in 2. Got a piece, and the count is 0-2. Bradley looking for a 4th strikeout tonight after striking out the side in the top of the 7th. Frees him, strike 3. Nice outing by Dan Bradley. 2 innings without allowing a run. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 16-3 the score.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done, that you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
New pitcher into the game for the Corvallis Knights. Cooper Markham looking to make his mark on this game. Right-hander from the University of Oregon, pitching for the Ducks. 6'3", 230. He's got a 2.89 ERA in 9 1/3 innings for Corvallis. His last outing for the Knights coming on the 22nd against the Bend Elks. He went 3 innings, walked 3, struck out 4, gave up 1 hit and no runs. So Markham in here in the 8th. It's Tommy Lamb, Brennan Aoki, and Lewi Correa. .24 pitches for Micah Hagler. Tommy singled the last time he was at the plate. That was back in the 6th inning. Two balls and a strike to Lamb. Portland has broken it open against Walla Walla down there at Walker Stadium. So 4 of the top 5 teams in the West Coast League South playing in pretty wide margins in these 2 games. Walla Walla in 1st place. Corvallis is in 3rd place. Portland is in 4th place, Yakima Valley in 5th. With the win tonight, Springfield moves to 19-25. Yakima Valley in danger of dropping to 20-24. The Drifters, if this score holds, would be a game back of the Pippins. Springfield looking for their first playoff berth ever. Tommy can't come up with it. He is out number 1 here in the 8th. So we've talked a lot about the race between the top 5 teams, but don't look now. But Springfield is right on the heels of Yakima Valley, who has been searching for that playoff spot since the middle part of this season. Brennan Aoki, 2 hits and a strikeout tonight.
Of course, Springfield defeated the Marion Berries, which pushes the Berries down a game. They're now 17-27. That last playoff spot is still completely undecided. This is game 44 of a 54-game season. Fouled out of the mitt. Aoki stays alive. The Pippins do have a chance to separate themselves from the Drifters starting on Tuesday. How important is this end of the year for the Pippins and their postseason hope? 1 ball and 2 strikes that count. Even though this score right now doesn't feel like a playoff team, Yakima Valley has their final 3 games at home against the Springfield Drifters. And then their final 6 games of the regular season are against the 2 teams that are ahead of them in the standings. That's exactly where you want to be. Called strike 3. Aoki down looking. And so, in essence, the Pippins do control their own destiny. They do need some help from the other teams playing those top 2 in the wild card race. But Yakima Valley does need to take care of their own business first. One ball and no strikes to Levi Correa, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Makes the last 3 series of the summer really exciting. Things can get really positive or really negative really quickly. You figure if you're Yakima Valley and you can win each of the final 3 series, 4 if you include this one, we'll have a rubber match tomorrow unless the Pippins can make a 13-run comeback. You'd be in a pretty good spot. This is drifting out of play. For other teams involved, Portland is at Bend starting on Tuesday. Corvallis is hosting Ridgefield. Wave and a miss by Correa. Markham strikes out the side. 1 inning left to play here at County Stadium. Corvallis in control.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Our next broadcast of Yakima Valley Pippins baseball will be tomorrow, Sunday, July 26th. First pitch is scheduled for 5:05 p.m. Pre-game coverage will begin at around 4:45. Knights and Pippins in what is looking to be a
rubber match to determine who wins the series. It's the final Sunday home game for Yakima Valley, so feel free to come on out for the little bit earlier of a start time. I'm surprised there's still a little bit of sunlight left over there beyond the ridge. Approaching the 10 o'clock hour, Austin Murphy is into the game for the Pippins, and he throws strike one to the number 9 hitter for Corvallis, Berkeley Reitz. Murph worked during the third game of the Walla Walla series, went a third of an inning, mopped up what was left of that 13-run outburst in the 8th inning by the Sweets. This is foul. On the season for Murphy, 4 innings, 4 games, 1 start, 10 walks, no strikeouts, and a 22.5 ERA. Very limited action for the left-hander from YVC. Good wave and a miss, and that's his first strikeout of the season. Pippins relievers from the 7th inning on have combined for 5 strikeouts. Bradley had 4. Murphy picking up that first one here. Diego Cruz is potentially out of this game. Trying to see the number on the back. This is Colella. So that substitution that I was told about in the top of the 7th was true. Taking a hack here and poking it out towards Gupta. Into foul territory, he makes the catch. Two down here in the top of the 9th. Last man for Corvallis is Max Medina. Murph working pretty quick here. Medina's scored twice. He's got a single back in the 4th inning that drove home a run. Two balls and a strike. In the 9th inning, Yakima Valley will have Tyson, Brandon, and Yash, the top 3 in their order. Medina flies this to right. Aoki, he makes the running grab. Austin Murphy works a 1-2-3 inning. The second such inning pitched by Yakima Valley tonight. To the bottom of the 9th, last licks for the Pippins.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Bottom of the 9th for Yakima Valley, trailing by 13. It's the top of the order. Tyson Miller, Brandon Stone, and Yash Gupta. Corvallis needs 3 outs to secure one of the most lopsided margins of defeat for Yakima Valley. Still Markham out there. He struck out the side in the 8th on 15 pitches. One ball and no strikes to Tyson. We were chatting about who potentially to talk to about the player of the game after this one. A couple of names floated around. And one of them was Brandon Stone, and I said I'd give him this 9th inning to try to pick up his 3rd hit and solidify it. But looking down to the on-deck circle, Hudson Freeze has grabbed a bat and will be pinch hitting for Brandon. Three balls and no strikes to Tyson. So from one local kid to another, as Hudson Freeze will substitute in for Stone once Tyson takes this walk. Well, not yet. There's a look at Hudson. Really decked out for the blue today. Has the blue batting gloves, but the blue caps and the blue socks match as well. Ball 4 to Miller. He'll be aboard for the 3rd time today. So here's Hudson Freeze. Stone will end his night 2 for 3. As a quick conversation is had between Brooke Knight and his reliever Markham. Probably one of those, son, we're up by 13, just throw strikes. Which, if you've been around this game, you know is easier said than done. Freeze takes the first one upstairs. Hudson batting .222 for Yakima Valley in 4 games, including a couple of non-league starts. His 2 hits are backside doubles. This is only Hudson's 2nd time at the plate in a league game. He's ahead in the count, though, 3-1. Yash Gupta, standing in the on-deck circle, would love a chance to get his first hit of the night. Yash was 0 for 4 yesterday. Freeze frozen, 3-2 the count. Ball 4 to Hudson. Back-to-back walks issued by Markham. That'll bring up Yash Gupta. Gupta, 2 strikeouts, a walk, and a ground out. He's going to take ball 1. 93 miles an hour for Markham, but he cannot control it right now. Gupta late on that one. One ball and 1 strike. Late again. $16 runs on 17 hits for Corvallis. 3 runs on 6 hits so far for Yakima Valley. 3 errors apiece. Gupta takes strike 3. Kaipo Matsushima is going to get
a pinch hit at bat here for Parker Birds. So Coach Crustangel letting some of the guys that have sat the bench for a couple of weeks get into the game. Parker will end his night 1 for 4. Matsushima batting officially 0 for on the season. 0 for 9, looking for that first hit as a Pippin. Late on the fastball, 1-1. That does not count the Pippins All-Stars games that he played in when the big club was on the road. Had 2 appearances against Wenatchee. Was a combined 0 for 3, and then a couple of non-league games, 0 for 6. A souvenir, and the count moves to 1-2. Ten o'clock here in the Palm Springs of Washington. Pippins have 2 aboard with 1 out, trailing by a pretty wide margin. Kaipo in an even count, 2-2. Kaipo from across Snoqualmie Pass in Seattle, Washington. Wave and a miss, strike 3. So a couple of walks start off the inning. A couple of strikeouts have the Pippins down to their final out. And now here's Cole French. French got a couple of starts down in Walla Walla. The Pippins were shorthanded with the absence of Daichi Furuhata. Furuhata got the night off tonight, was pretty sore after playing yesterday. Malachi Emery Henderson ends his day 0 for 3 with a run scored after a walk. Swinging first pitch and back towards the press box off the facade. Safe. Pippins down to their final strike. Markham trying to get all 6 outs necessary for his outing on strikeouts. Struck out the side in the 8th. Walk, strikeout here in the 9th. Bends one in for strike 3, and the ball game is over. We conclude at 10:01 p.m. The final score, Corvallis victorious 16-3. The win will go to Blake Sebastian. That's his 3rd win of the season. The loss tagged to Jake Cumming. He is now 1-7 with the Yakima Valley Pippins. We'll be back tomorrow, 5:05 p.m. first pitch. Until that time, for everybody involved with the Yakima Valley Pippins, including my broadcast crew, Shay and Marcos, I'm Harmon Johnson. Signing off for now, saying stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And tomorrow, rubber match between the Pippins and the Knights, 5:05 p.m. first pitch. We'll see you here on the YouTube or the WCL Live app. Have a good night, everybody. Pippins fall 16-3. You've been watching Pippins Baseball.